Good afternoon. Our chapter, hydrogen. Two methods of preparation of hydrogen we discussed. What are two methods of preparation? Now last class we discussed two methods of preparation of hydrogen. What was that? Good afternoon. Two methods of preparation of hydrogen we already discussed. One is hydrolysis and the second one, the action of metals on dilute acids. We discussed the laboratory preparation of hydrogen. In the case of laboratory preparation of hydrogen, zinc. Most commonly we will use zinc for the preparation of hydrogen in laboratories. And the zinc react with hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid, we will get hydrogen gas. That is the two methods that we already discussed. Then the third one, hydrogen we can prepare with the help of metals react with water. In metals react with water, it will produce hydrogen. Some metals react with hot water, some metals react with cold water, and other metals react with steam. So, any metals, most reactive metals react with cold water, it will produce hydrogen gas and their corresponding hydroxides. If you are taking sodium, we know that sodium is a more reactive metal. It is above metal activity series. What is the meaning of metal activity series? What is metal activity series? Metals we can arrange on the basis of their reactivity. That series is known as metal reactivity series, which is the most reactive metal. The most reactive metal? Potassium. Then potassium, sodium and calcium, that is above metal activity series. That means they are more reactive. So, such type of metals react with cold water and then they produce their corresponding hydroxides and hydrogen gas. They are more reactive metals. They will react violently. First, sodium. We know that sodium, potassium and calcium are more reactive metals. And it is react with water. What means here? Cold water. It will react with cold water and produce their corresponding hydroxides. So, what is the hydroxide of sodium? Hydroxide of sodium? NaOH, sodium hydroxide. NaOH, and hydrogen gas also produce. Hydrogen gas, it will produce hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas, it will produce hydrogen gas. The same way, potassium. Potassium react with water. We will get potassium react with water. Corresponding potassium hydroxide, KOH. Yes. KOH and hydrogen gas. These two reactions react explosively. This reaction takes place violently because they are more reactive metals and the reaction takes place very fast. These two reactions. First, sodium react with water. With water means with cold water, it will produce corresponding hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Here, hydrogen gas liberate. That is a method. Then, second one, potassium react with water. It will produce potassium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Then, calcium. Calcium react with water. It will produce hydroxide of calcium. What is hydroxide of calcium? What is the formula? Calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide, CaOH twice. CaOH twice. Then hydrogen gas also produces. This reaction takes place slowly as compared to these two. The reaction takes place slowly. These are the metal react with cold water. Metal react with cold water. More reactive metals like sodium, potassium and calcium react with cold water and it will liberate hydrogen, and one of the product is hydrogen gas and the other one their respective hydroxides. Okay, this reaction takes place. These two reactions takes place violently. Then the calcium reaction with cold water, it is slowly as compared to these two reactions. So first one, reaction with cold water. Metals react with cold water. Then next one with hot water. I will rub this one. Metals react with hot water. The metal activity series, next one, magnesium. So, the one important thing, the magnesium react with hot water. It will produce their corresponding, like the previous examples, it will produce their corresponding hydroxides. Magnesium react with water, it will produce magnesium hydroxide, MgOH twice plus H2, MgOH twice and H2. Now it is correct, I think. In your textbook, balancing is not complete, I think so. Just correct it. Magnesium react with two water molecules, then it will form magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. This reaction takes place in the presence of hot water. This reaction takes place in the case of hot water. Okay. Then the third one. First we discuss the metals react with cold water. We studied three examples: sodium, potassium and calcium. They are more reactive metals. They will react with cold water and produce hydrogen gas and their corresponding hydroxides. So first case. Okay, in the second case, this one, it will react with hot water. Magnesium react with hot water and produce magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. So second case. The same way, some metals, it will react with steam. Like magnesium, you know that as compared to sodium, potassium and calcium, magnesium is least reactive. So the magnesium, if this react with hot water, it will produce magnesium hydroxide. Okay. When magnesium react with steam, magnesium react with steam, that means H2O, magnesium react with steam. Water, it will react with water and produce their corresponding oxides. Any metals, remaining metals, react with steam, it will produce metallic oxides. Here, metallic hydroxides. Okay. Metals react with hot water and metals react with cold water. The product is metallic hydroxide. When the metal react with steam, the product is oxides, metallic oxides. Magnesium, first we can take the magnesium. React with steam. What is the oxide of magnesium? Magnesium oxide, MgO, magnesium oxide. Then hydrogen gas also liberate. Okay, after magnesium, any reactions are there, no? After magnesium, the metal activity series, iron, zinc, aluminium. These all are react with steam. If the zinc react with the steam, it will produce zinc oxide. Okay, this is a reaction with the steam. Reaction with steam. Zinc react with the steam, it will produce their corresponding oxides. Zinc oxide, ZnO plus H2. Other, aluminium. Aluminium react with steam, it will produce aluminium oxide, corresponding oxides. Al2O3 plus H2. So the same way, the balancing will be there, that you can do it. Then another one, iron. Iron also. Iron react with water, it will form Fe3O4, Fe3O4 and hydrogen. Here also we can see all are oxides. Metals react with steam, it will produce oxides, metallic oxides and hydrogen. Okay, metals react with steam, it will produce metallic oxides. If the zinc react with water, that means steam, it will produce zinc oxide. Aluminium react with steam, it will produce aluminium oxide and hydrogen gas. Next one, iron. Iron react with steam, it will produce iron oxide and hydrogen. We can see triferric and tetra oxide. This one, triferric and tetra oxide and hydrogen gas. The next one, magnesium. Magnesium is a special property. When the magnesium react with hot water, what is the product? Magnesium react with hot water. What is the product? Magnesium react with hot water. Magnesium hydroxide. Okay, magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Then the next one, magnesium react with steam. It will produce magnesium oxide and hydrogen gas. Who is singing here? Zinc react with water, it will form zinc oxide and hydrogen. Then aluminium react with steam, it will form aluminium oxide and hydrogen. So, three ways. Any metals react with water. Some metals react with cold water, some metals react with hot water, some metals react with steam. Okay. The more reactive metals like sodium, potassium and calcium. Sodium, potassium and calcium, it will react with cold water and form their corresponding hydroxides. Their corresponding hydroxides and liberate the same way. We need hydrogen gas. This is the method of preparation of hydrogen. So, one of the products should be hydrogen and they produce their corresponding hydroxides. That's the first case. Second one, metal react with hot water. Magnesium react with hot water, then it will form magnesium hydroxide and hydrogen. This magnesium, that reaction is slow reaction. It's a slow process. Magnesium react with hot water, it's a slow process. Then when the magnesium react with not only magnesium, magnesium, zinc, aluminium, iron, so like that metals react with steam, it will produce their corresponding oxides, metallic oxides. Okay, aluminium react with steam, it will produce magnesium react with steam. What is the product? Magnesium oxide and hydrogen gas. Correct. Then zinc react with steam, we will get zinc oxide. Okay, hydrogen gas also we will get. Aluminium react with steam, we will get aluminium oxide and hydrogen. Then iron reacts with water, we will get iron oxide and hydrogen. That process is known as Lance process. Okay, this equation, no, iron react with steam. It is known as balancing. It is not complete. Iron react with steam. This equation, this process is known as Lance process. Lance process. That equation, that process is known as Lance process. It is not there in your textbook. Just that only. Now ammonia synthesis, we can say it is Haber process. You study, no? Haber process. Ammonia synthesis. Ammonia synthesis N2 plus H2. Nitrogen react with hydrogen. That equation is there, no? Ammonia synthesis. Nitrogen react with hydrogen. N2 plus H2 gives NH3. 2 and that balancing will be there. So that equation is known as Haber process. So the same way, this reaction is known as Lance process. I just tell that only. So the third method, first method was electrolysis, the method of preparation of hydrogen. Second one, laboratory method, laboratory preparation of hydrogen. That means metal react with dilute acids. The zinc react with dilute acids. So third method, metal react with, third method, what is the third method? Metal react with hot. That means together we can say water. Metals react with water. Then we will get hydrogen. You have to study the equations. Okay, each equations you have to study. Then next one, we already discussed that laboratory method, and in that method I told that one, the most commonly we will use that zinc metal we will use most commonly for the laboratory preparation. What is the reason? Zinc Zn plus HCl, because it contains one impurity. What is that? Copper. It contains copper, small amount of copper. That copper is act as a catalyst, positive catalyst. So most commonly we will use zinc. We are not using any other metals, because now we study that sodium Sodium and potassium, they are very reactive metals. Okay, the sodium and potassium are more reactive metals. They react violently. Therefore, we are not using that sodium and potassium for laboratory preparation. We are not using sodium and potassium for the laboratory preparation because they are react violently. In order to avoid that direct contact with water, we will use that metals in kerosene oil. We know that, already learned that one. Then calcium and magnesium, they are also metals, calcium and magnesium, but they are expensive metals. They are expensive metals, therefore we are not using that one for laboratory preparation. First, sodium and potassium. The sodium and potassium are react very violently, therefore we avoid that one for the preparation of hydrogen in laboratory. Then second one, calcium and magnesium, they are very expensive metals. Calcium and magnesium, they are expensive metals, therefore that also we are not using. Then we have lead. Lead also metal, but the lead react with, we can see the lead react with acids, dilute acid. If lead is react with hydrochloric acid, it will produce their respective chlorides. What is the lead chloride? Formula of lead chloride? Lead chloride, PbCl2, PbCl2. So, PbCl2. So, lead, if you are reacting lead with acid like hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid, it will produce their salt. If you are using sulfuric acid, lead sulfate will form. Then if you are using hydrochloric acid, it will form chlorides. It does not react more effectively with acids, therefore lead also we are not using. The next one, the metals below the metal activity series. What are the metals below the metal activity series? Copper, mercury, then gold, platinum. So all these metals are below the metal activity series. So it will not give hydrogen gas. That also we are not using. Then one more is aluminium. Aluminium have a great affinity towards oxygen. That means it will combine with oxygen and produce aluminium oxide. It will produce aluminium oxide. This aluminium oxide become a coating. It will produce a coating, then it will stop the reaction. So that reaction does not take place continuously. So that metal also we are not using. That points in your textbook, some points are the 6 points. Study that points. First one, the sodium and potassium. Listen here. Sodium and potassium are more reactive metals. They are react violently. Therefore, we are not using these metals for the laboratory preparation. First one. Okay. Second one, calcium and magnesium. This calcium and magnesium are expensive metals. They are very expensive. Therefore, we are not using. Then iron also. Iron also we are not using. Iron, because iron, for the reaction of iron, heat energy is needed. In that case, we remove that one also. We are not using iron. Then lead. If the lead react with acids like hydrochloric acid, if it is react with hydrochloric acid, it will produce chloride, lead chloride. If it is react with sulfuric acid, it will form sulfate. Therefore, we are not using lead. That means that reaction, it will not liberate hydrogen gas properly. So, at that time, we will avoid lead. Then metal below hydrogen in the metal activity series. Copper, mercury, then platinum, gold. That metals also we will avoid because it will not give hydrogen gas, less reactive. Below the metal activity series, less reactive than hydrogen. That point is also needed. Okay. It's clear?
Yes.
First we discuss the metals. Okay. The metal react with water. Okay. That equations are needed. Maybe we will ask that it is in your textbook. Metal react with water. That equations. Iron react with steam. What is the product? That way you should write that equations. Study that equations. Metal react with water. In the case of steam, in the case of hot water, reaction with cold water. 3 cases are there. That 3 cases you have to study. Then another one, Bosch process. Another method of preparation is known as Bosch process. Bosch process. This method of preparation also we will use for the large scale preparation of hydrogen. Okay, this is the 4th method. Bosch process is very important one. You have to study the equations. Study the equations with explanation. First, listen here. First step, the coke. Coke react with steam. That means steam is water. What is the meaning of coke? Did you hear that word coke? Coke. Coke means it is an amorphous form of carbon. Coal we know. Allotropes. We know allotropes. Allotropes of carbon. What are the allotropes of carbon? Allotropes of carbon. Graphite, diamond, coal. Graphite, diamond and gold. So these are known as allotropes. This gold and graphite shows a crystalline structure. They have a specific structure. Crystalline structure is there. So this specific structure is there for graphite and diamond. But coal is an amorphous form. Coal is an amorphous form. That's a variety of carbon. One form of carbon. From the coal, we will get coke. It is a form of carbon. It's an allotrope of carbon. From the coal. Coal is a form of carbon. From the coal, we will get coke. Coke is an amorphous form. There is no any special structure for coke. Okay, coke is a form of carbon. When the coke reacts with the steam, then we will get a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Mixture of carbon monoxide. Coke we can, I told that coke means carbon. It's a form of carbon, form of coal. We can derive it from coal. Coke we will get from coal. Coal means carbon, form of carbon. So we can represent as a C. Carbon react with steam. That means coal, coke react with steam. Sorry, coke react with steam. Steam H2O. Yes. We will get a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. All of you listen. We will get mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. It is an endothermic reaction. Endothermic reaction means heat energy is needed. For this reaction, heat energy is needed. 1000 degrees Celsius heat energy is needed. Then the mixture of this carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide and hydrogen is known as water gas. Is known as water gas. This is a water gas mixture. Study that one. A mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen is known as water gas. So one name. Okay. The mixture of hydrogen and oxygen, we can say detonating mixture. Mixture of hydrogen and oxygen, we are known as detonating mixture. Hydrogen and nitrogen, we can say it is producer gas. So the same way, carbon monoxide, a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen is known as water gas. What is water gas? Mixture of, so now, carbon monoxide and hydrogen. That is known as water gas. This is the first step. The coke react with steam. At 1000 degrees Celsius, it will produce a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. That mixture is known as water gas, and this reaction is an endothermic reaction. Heat energy is needed. It's the first step. Okay. Then we know that here it is a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. It's a mixture of carbon monoxide. So we need hydrogen only. It is a method of preparation of hydrogen. We need hydrogen. Only now hydrogen is needed for us. So the second step. The water gas, again steam passes through the water gas mixture. The second step, water gas means CO plus H2. To the water gas mixture, again steam is passed. Again steam passes through the water gas mixture. Then we will get this carbon changes into carbon dioxide and hydrogen. It changes into carbon dioxide and hydrogen. Then this heat. This is plus heat means what is plus heat? Yes, heat energy is liberated. Here heat energy is absorbed. That's why we will put minus mark here, minus sign. Here plus, that means heat energy is absorbed. This is exothermic, which is my mistake. It is heat energy is liberated, so it is exothermic reaction. So second step. Second step, again steam passes through this mixture. It will convert into carbon dioxide and hydrogen. Okay, carbon dioxide and hydrogen. This reaction is exothermic reaction. Here we will use the promoter and catalyst. Promoter, we will use the promoter and catalyst. That equation also, you have to study that equation, and promoter also and catalyst, iron oxide and chromium oxide. That is the promoter and catalyst. The third step, we want to separate the carbon dioxide. Then only we will get pure hydrogen. So we can separate, we know that. Then in the third step, we know. Yes, yes. Heat also 450 degrees Celsius. 450 degrees Celsius. Then the third step, first step, cork react with steam, it will produce mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Okay, that step is clear, I think. This carbon monoxide and hydrogen is known as water gas, and it is an endothermic reaction. Heat energy is absorbed 1000 degrees Celsius. Temperature is needed. The second step, again the steam is passes through this mixture. Then we will get carbon dioxide and hydrogen. Carbon dioxide and hydrogen. The next step, hydrogen gas. The next step, we want to remove this carbon dioxide. Now it is a mixture, no? So we need hydrogen only. How we can separate? What is the property of carbon dioxide? Carbon dioxide, we know that carbon dioxide will dissolve in water. Carbon dioxide have a property, it will dissolve in water. So this mixture, these gases, we will passes through water. Then what will happen? Now it's a mixture of gases. This mixture of gases, carbon dioxide will dissolve in water. It's the first method. Either we can remove like that way. The mixture is, this mixture is passes through water, then carbon dioxide gas dissolves, remaining hydrogen gas. Otherwise, we can use caustic potassium hydroxide, KOH. When the KOH, if you are using KOH here, it will react with carbon dioxide. This KOH react with carbon dioxide and you will get K2CO3. That way, this carbon dioxide removes and the remaining, it will be hydrogen. Okay, two methods, two ways we can remove this carbon dioxide. The first method, this mixture we can pass through water. It will pass through water. What happen? Carbon dioxide, it will dissolve in water, remaining hydrogen. Otherwise, we can use potassium hydroxide, KOH. It will react with carbon dioxide and produce K2CO3 and water. So, one of the product K2CO3 and water also produce. The third one. So, first method over, second step, third step. Then fourth step, that is if it is contained any unreacted carbon dioxide, small amount of carbon dioxide is there, we can remove that also. Because of the starting carbon monoxide was there. Small amount of unreacted carbon monoxide is there, that also we have to separate from this mixture. So, that mixture is passes through ammoniacal cuprous chloride, that means CuCl. This mixture is passes through ammoniacal cuprous chloride. Then carbon monoxide is there, it will react with ammoniacal cuprous chloride and produce an adduct. Adduct means it will combine together and form a mixture, a combo. It will form a product. That is known as adduct. You can study like that way, CuCl, CO and H2O. It is known as adduct, combination of these compounds. So, if any carbon monoxide, unreacted carbon monoxide is there, we can remove like that. The remaining, we will get hydrogen gas. Remaining is hydrogen gas. This is known as Bosch process. I will tell one more time. Just listen here. The first step, Bosch process is a method we will use for the preparation of hydrogen for large scale. Okay, that method is known as Bosch process. Here, we will use a coke, red hot coke. That red hot coke is react with steam. Steam means the symbol itself, water itself. So, it will react with water at 1000 degrees Celsius and we will get the carbon monoxide and hydrogen. It is a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. So, that mixture we can call water gas mixture, and here it is a heat energy is needed for this reaction. This reaction is endothermic reaction, heat energy is needed. In the second step, again we will pass that hydrogen, not hydrogen, we will pass the steam through this mixture means water gas mixture. Then this carbon monoxide converted into carbon dioxide. We will get carbon dioxide and hydrogen gas. Here heat energy is liberated. So this step is exothermic reaction. That step is needed. Okay, you should know which step is exothermic and which step is endothermic. And we will use here the ferric oxide and chromium trioxide. Underline that one, that's important one. Here we will use the promoter chromium oxide and catalyst iron oxide, that means ferric oxide. So second step, and we will get a mixture of carbon dioxide and hydrogen. This is the method we will use for the preparation of hydrogen. So we need the pure hydrogen, we don't want this carbon dioxide. So we have to eliminate or separate this carbon dioxide from this mixture. We know that one important property of carbon dioxide, it will dissolve in water. Okay, when the mixture passes through water, carbon dioxide gas will soluble very fast with water. It will dissolve in water. The remaining is hydrogen gas. Otherwise, these two methods are there. Otherwise, this mixture is react with KOH, potassium hydroxide, caustic potash, carbon dioxide. Only carbon dioxide will react with potassium hydroxide and form potassium carbonate and water. Potassium carbonate and water. The remaining gas is hydrogen gas. This method, what is the method of separation of carbon dioxide in the Bosch process? I have to write this method. Okay, the method of write the chemical equation for the separation of carbon dioxide in Bosch process. This method. Okay, write the formation of water gas mixture in the Bosch process. This one. This is a formation of water gas. This method is the separation of carbon dioxide from water gas, or separation of carbon dioxide in Bosch process. You have to write this equation, or we can write another one. It will dissolve in water. That also we can write. In the last step, if any carbon monoxide, unreacted carbon monoxide is there, if you are using ammoniacal copper chloride or cuprous chloride, it will react with that and form a combined form. It will form a combined form. The remaining is remaining is hydrogen gas. So large scale preparation is a very important one. Study that one with equations. We need the temperature and whether the heat energy is absorbed, liberate, all these points are needed. If any catalyst is using, we have to mention that one. In any promoter is there, that also, the temperature is there, that also you have to use above the arrow. This is the Bosch process. Then physical properties. No, generally you know the physical properties. In the note it was there, I think, physical properties, but I was not taken that time. I just wrote that, that's only. What are the physical properties of water? Not hydrogen. Hydrogen, physical properties. It is colorless, odorless, tasteless. Okay, it's colorless gas, odorless gas and tasteless gas. Then we know that it is inflammable in nature. It is inflammable in nature. Then it is lightest gas. Now, hydrogen balloons, we know that it is the lightest gas. Hydrogen is the lightest gas. It is inflammable in nature. Then it is a good conductor of heat and electricity. Then another one, we already told that one, it will not easily liquefy. Hydrogen is not liquefied very easily at minus 240 degrees Celsius and 20 atmospheric pressure only it will liquefy. Liquefies means, what is the meaning of liquefaction? What is the meaning of liquefaction? Liquefaction. What is liquefaction? Liquid changes into, change in their state. Gases changes into liquid. So that process, in the case of liquefaction, hydrogen gas is not liquefies very easily. Okay, minus 240 degrees Celsius is needed and 20 atmospheric pressure also needed for this process. Density, we know that it is lightest gas. Then it is the best conductor of heat and electricity. Then one more point, it is readily absorbed by metals like palladium, platinum. That is known as occlusion. One sentence was there in that note, study that one. Hydrogen is a, now we can say, what are the important physical properties? Hydrogen, colorless gas, odorless, tasteless. No, it is non-poisonous gas, it is lightest gas. It is sparingly soluble in water. Yes, it is the lightest gas. It is sparingly soluble. It will not liquefies easily. Okay, it will do not liquefies easily. These are the important physical properties of water. Then chemical properties, you know that you already studied in 6th and 7th grade and all. What are the chemical properties of water? Now you need to look into your textbook and say the exact sentence. I don't want that one. I will ask one question. Hydrogen gas react with non-metals. Hydrogen react with non-metals. Hydrogen, non-metals, oxygen. Hydrogen react with sulfur. First one. Hydrogen react with non-metals. That's the chemical properties. What are the product you can say? Hydrogen react with chlorine. Hydrogen react with carbon. Then hydrogen react with nitrogen. That means the reaction with metals, non-metals. Reaction with non-metals. These are non-metals. It's the first chemical property. Hydrogen gas react with non-metals. What is the product? Hydrogen react with oxygen? Water. Hydrogen react with oxygen? Water. Then here? Hydrogen, sulfide, H2S. Hydrogen react with the chlorine? Hydrogen chloride. Balancing that you can do. Correct, I think. Then this I told Haber process. Okay, this is known as Haber process, the formation of ammonia. Ammonia synthesis is known as Haber process. Product ammonia. What is the balancing? Correct, I think. 3N2 plus 3H2 gives 2NH3. Then one more, hydrogen react with carbon, we will get methane. Methane. Hydrogen. Carbon also one non-metal. No? Carbon also non-metal, it will react with the hydrogen, it will form methane, CH4. Okay. So, this is the reaction with non-metals. The same way, what is the product of when the reaction with the metals? Reaction with the metal, sodium plus hydrogen. These all are, is it clear, no? Simple one. Is it clear? Just study these equations. Okay. Reaction with non-metals. These are hydrogen, these all are non-metals. What are the product of hydrogen reaction with the different types of non-metals? That's only. That's I just tell that one. Hydrogen reaction with oxygen, we will get water. Hydrogen react with sulfur. Hydrogen, sulfide. Hydrogen react with the chlorine. Hydrogen chloride. This chlorine is a poisonous greenish yellow gas. Hydrogen react with the carbon, we will get methane gas, methane, CH4. Hydrogen react with nitrogen, ammonia. These are the reaction with non-metals. Then the reaction with the metals. Sodium reacting with hydrogen, they correspond hydride, sodium hydride. What is the formula of hydride? H plus sign, hydride. So NaH. These are the reaction with metals. Okay, these are the reaction with non-metals. So 2Na first. Sodium reaction with hydrogen, it will form NaH. Then calcium reacting with hydrogen, it will calcium hydride, CaH2. So these are the chemical properties. The first one, reaction with non-metals. Study these equations. Okay. First one, reaction with oxygen, reaction with sulfur, reaction with chlorine, carbon, and reaction with nitrogen. Reaction with non-metals. Then a reaction with metals. It will produce hydrides, metallic hydrides. Then we know that what is the nature of that hydrogen? It will form any color change on the litmus paper. Is it form any color change? No, it will not form any color change on the litmus paper because hydrogen is neutral. Hydrogen is a neutral in nature. So if we are showing any moist litmus paper, moist blue or red litmus paper into a jar containing hydrogen, hydrogen gas containing, if we are introducing any moist litmus paper to hydrogen containing jar, we can't see any color change. We will not observe any color change because hydrogen is neutral. Okay, hydrogen is neutral. Then what about its combustible nature? that I told in the case of electrolysis. Hydrogen is combustible in nature. Hydrogen, it is combustible. Hydrogen is burned with, if it is a hydrogen is pure, which like, what is the nature of the hydrogen gas? Burn. Which way it will burn? If it's a pure, it will burn with a blue flame. Blue flame, study that. If the hydrogen is pure, it will burn with a blue flame. Okay. If the hydrogen is impure, it will burn with pop sound. It will burn with pop sound. Study that one. So these are the chemical properties. One more is as a reducing agent that I will take the next class only. So what are the chemical properties of hydrogen? Chemical properties, not physical properties. Chemical properties. First one, action on litmus. It is that we can start with a new litmus paper. Actually, it is a neutral in nature, so it do not show any color change on the litmus paper. First one, its compressibility. It is compressible. Then it will burn with a blue flame when it is pure. If it is impure hydrogen, it will burn with pop. By the process of electrolysis, we will get pure hydrogen. Okay, it will burn with a blue flame. If you are preparing hydrogen in the laboratories and it contains small amount of impurities. That impurities you will study in 9th grade. So, if you are preparing hydrogen in the laboratory, along with the hydrogen gas, small amount of other gases also, it will be the sulfur dioxide like gases. So, it will burn with pop sound. Then the third one, action with non-metals. These equations you can study. Then action with metals. Then we already discussed that 4 types of method of preparation. First one, electrolysis. That diagram, I already sent one diagram. That diagram also needed. Just copy that diagram into your notebook and study that. Okay, that's easy diagram. That's why I sent. One diagram is there in your textbook. If it is easy, then you can use that also. I have no problem. Then electrolysis method. Second one, action of metals with the dilute acids. That means laboratory preparation. The third one, action of metals with water. Okay, that's the third method, action of metals with the water. Today's class, action with the hot water, cold water and steam. Then Bosch process, it's an important one. Bosch process, study that equations. Then what are the physical properties and chemical properties? Chemical properties. I hope till now all of you clear, you understood this much. And I will take test paper. Not this week, next week. Okay. Now, till action of, fourth one, action of hydrogen with the metals. Till today's class, till here, action of metals with hydrogen. From starting onwards, simple version, no? I will take test paper on next Wednesday. Okay, starting also, study the electrolysis process with example, no, including note. Huh? I can't hear. From starting onwards till today's class, I will take test paper next Wednesday. Date 11, I think. 11. Yes? Page number 95. I think so. It's another textbook, that's why. Page number 95. 95? Till here. The chemical properties, 4th chemical properties, reaction with metals, that also. 94, then 94. Okay, till today's class, including this one. Electrolysis, laboratory preparation of hydrogen, Bosch process, then metal react with water, physical properties and chemical properties. Okay, that all. I will send through WhatsApp. I just tell that, that's only. Okay, thank you. That's only today's class. Study well.